motive in a separate shooting that happened Sunday morning around 1. Police responding to a call on East-South Boulevard. Several people were shot at that location. At the scene, officers they say they specifically found one man and 2 women who had been shot. Police later identified one of the victims as Christopher Washington, who later died from his injuries.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Episode. Okay, okay. I probably did part 2 video for this on Tuesday morning for y'all. So I probably do one I'm Montgomery to where one so I read someone to where 1 dead and 2 injured in the shooting happened on this Sunday I think it's Sunday morning. So it's in Montgomery. Police are investigating a shooting that left a man dead and 2 women injured over the weekend. So the incident happened I think early Sunday morning in the I think in 24 block of East South Boulevard. Call police. So it's a PD officer was on the thing dispatched to the area where around 1 a.m. response in a report of several people shot. So at the scene, responders found a man and a woman both suffering from life-threatening the gunshot wounds, and police said that, they also had trying to locate a second woman in the scene who was suffering from at least a serious wound. And so they said that the man who police had identified as the 24-year-old Christopher Washington died from the injuries after being taken to the at the hospital after treatment. So it's just that no information has been released. I say on condition of 2 women, but the incident is now being investigated as a homicide. Man, it's sad, man, to where I think 1 man dead and 2 people injured. So I feel like, so I think 1 dead. So we're went to where I think 1 person dead and 2 the woman was shot this Sunday morning, man. But I feel like Montgomery do got some, some shootings that happen into each other areas of Montgomery to where, somebody be shooting parts of town, how I think somebody who get injured, I think somebody who can get shot and killed, and but I don't know. I feel like, I feel like my city do got a lot of, shooting happening lately after off the weekend, but I feel like the shootings can be over. Things I think of in my head about things that can involve in shooting, like things can be involved in arguments, man, to where arguments can turn bad, but I feel like I think 1 person was dead, was a 21-year-old man who had got killed, had died, and the 2 women were injured. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like my city, man, Montgomery, man, do got a lot of, homicides. They could be how people get killed. I saw over the weekend, over the past few days, and they never found the suspect who was involved in the crime. But I feel like, I feel like the things can happen to where, somebody might get shot, somebody, might get, get killed, injured, whatever. But I feel like things can get violent because, like, like people just want to crash out, man, want to kill somebody, man. Be how 1 bad argument lead to a shooting, man. But I feel like 2 people, shot and raised up. I think 1 are dead. So I feel like 2 women were shot, and it's a dude who had died is dead now. So but it's sad to where 1 person lost like the gun violence, and how gun violence can be a main thing to deal with, man. So where people don't know how to try to squash issues, and how to squash things that involve in arguments, but I feel like that it can be I can prevent it to where people should always learn how to always don't crash out, man. Don't crash out over anything. But I feel like people gotta learn. But I do feel like people gotta learn how to always don't always think with a gun. Always think with your mind. But you always but I feel like people gotta learn how to always don't always have to lose your own freedom over 1 bad mistake. But I feel like the 2 people are, I guess, got injured and 1 dead. So I feel like I feel like if people should learn to always think smarter. Means that I feel like that it would be no gun violence going on if people should learn how to think more smarter and think more wise about what you should not do. What to prevent things from happening. But I feel like, I feel like they kind of sad to where I think one man dead, two people were injured, was shot, and that's sad, man. So make sure like, coming in, show us a peace. I'm out here. Take care and peace.